Hi, my lovelies. I hope you're ready because we have a lot to talk about. I probably will not get to everything because we have a lot to talk about. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Grab you a nice cup of tea, cup of coffee, whatever your beverage of choice is. And let's just jump into February because January seemed like it was never ending. Seems like January was like almost a year long. I have heard from so many of you going, what is happening? So we are seeing a lot of, we've talked about in 2025, it was the year of the snake. So we've seen a lot of shedding. We have seen a lot of shedding in all areas. So maybe you got a new job, maybe you have a new relationship, maybe you have shedded friendships that just don't fit in anymore. Maybe you have shed different habits, thoughts, feelings. Diets have changed. I mean, a lot has really shifted. It seems like very quickly, but honestly, if you really go back and feel through the last few years, it's all been building up to this shed, to this fall off, if you will. So we have a lot of planets moving right now. We have full moon today. Today's February 1st. We have retrograde coming up. We have the start of the solar eclipse and a full moon coming up. We have the year of the fire horse. I mean, there are so many crazy stops for February. It's insane. So just buckle in, and I'm going to pull a few cards first. I know I usually already have these pulled, but I decided to do this a little different. So I am going to see what we have in store for us in February. What do we have in store for us in February? So like I said, we have full moon, solar eclipse coming up. We have Groundhog Day tomorrow, so let's hope for the people living in the South and has been dealing with all this ice. We are hoping that he does not see his shadow because we do not want any more winter. We are not used to this cold. Us Southerners do not understand this. So I hope that you are all staying warm. I send out all of my love to those who still do not have electricity. I send all my love to all the linemen, all the paramedics, everyone that has helped out. I want to thank my wonderful, amazing neighbors for checking on me, and all the workers out there having to get supplies to where they need to go. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your work. Thank you to the wives and husbands and friends and family that sacrifice so much to have their family members out in this kind of weather. I thank you as well. So let's see what we have in store for February. See what kind of energy we're sitting in. So I am using a different deck today. Let's do 6 cards. And this deck is Light in the Darkness. Light in the Darkness. I just started using it. It is very interesting because I feel like this is kind of the energy we're sitting in. We're kind of sitting in an energy of waiting to move forward versus it's almost like we're the light, but we're kind of sitting in this darkness, and it's just it's an interesting almost a weird place to sit because it's like you're on the threshold of something big, but you don't know what it is. A lot of people have talked about feeling the fog, feeling like they're still operating in this energy, but they feel like they should be in a different frequency. So remember that when we are changing and we've changed habits in our life, and when we've done this and we're really starting to work with ourselves and change these things, that it does take a little bit of time for you to embody the frequency. So the frequency is already there. So I like to explain it like the frequency is already here. Now you just have to get your body and your nervous system to embody that frequency so that everything merges. Everything goes to one. So the energy, let's see what we have. Our first card is Find Your Familiar. So find your friend, a lot of people that I've been working with lately are very much animal empaths. They very much work with animals. So is there an animal that maybe you've dreamt about lately, or that you were taking care of? Or maybe this is simply something saying, hey, we need to get back to humanity. Getting back to remembering that we are here on this earth. We are guardians of these animals. We are here to help them. So the next card I get is It's Time. So again, to me, this is talking about what do you want. This other card is Threads of Fate. So to me, these two cards are, okay, you've been talking about doing this stuff, but you haven't quite taken the step forward yet. So are you going to stay in the old, or are you going to move into the new frequency? And this person is threading their fate. They are making their new decisions. So don't be surprised if you're still kind of on that threshold where you don't really know what's going on, but you're going to start seeing this moving forward. Let down your guard. Let down your guard. This is probably to let some people in. There are some people that are good for you, so allow them to help you. If something new has come up, something spiritual that you're wanting to dive into, I feel like this is that, letting down your guard. Being open to new opportunities this month is what I'm really hearing from this card. So it may not be that you are letting down your guard with others. It is letting down your guard to be more open to possibilities and opportunities. So we do have the Fire Horse energy moving in around February 17th. So remember that this energy is going to create that movement that we've been lacking in 2025. Okay, so we've done a lot of shedding. Now that Fire Horse is going to come in. It's going to burn away what you have not gotten rid of, and it's going to move you forward. So you're going to start seeing that energy move, okay? The ties that bind. Make sure that you are allowing this new energy to come up. Make sure that you're not going back to the past, constantly reliving. That does you no good. It also causes traumatic responses in your nervous system, so it's almost like you are reliving it over and over again. So I don't recommend that. I do recommend shadow work. I recommend going within, but to learn from it, not to go back and basically repeat in your mind the conversation, what happened, this. You cannot change anything that's already happened. Remember that. You can only move forward. So remember that when that happens, there is hurt that you often hide. This card feels huge, and this isn't just personal. This card is global. So what I want to say about the things that are happening globally, that are happening, whether it's political or whether it's just earthly, I feel like the earth, I feel like globally, the entire world is seeing in a large scale. So, you know, let's say it this way. So when something hurts you and you often stuff it down, and then all of a sudden it's triggered again and you get really upset with this other person or this other event, but it really wasn't that bad. It was just that you had stuffed down the original problem and it came out now. This is what's happening on a global scale. So all the hurt, all the darkness is literally playing out right this minute. everything that the world, everything that the earth has suppressed, had stuffed all their feelings down, is now playing out on a global scale. So that is also what these eclipses are going to heighten. So eclipses often come in and shake things up. They come in to shake them up, to move them forward. So realize that we are going to really start seeing a lot of darkness or a lot of hurt being brought to the surface so that it can be cleansed, burned away with the fire horse, and allowed to be healed, allowed to be changed, and allowed to either... So people have a choice here. Humanity as a whole has a choice. Do we continue to suppress and hide the darkness and just get mad at it and do nothing about it? Or do we move into a beautiful frequency of light? We move into a beautiful frequency of love, and we allow that love to not only transform us, but transform those around us, and that will go out bigger and globally as well. So the only way to change things in your life is to change it with you, and then you change it from there. So if there's something in the news or these things that you are getting very, very upset about, I would look within and find out why it's bothering you so much, because that is going to help you to figure out the best course of action. So it could be very well that you need to change some things in your life, boundaries. Maybe you need to change habits, the things that you watch, the things that you eat. And then you may see this story again and go, okay, now I know what to do with that story. So I think global meditations are fantastic. Global prayer is amazing. I think that we should definitely be doing these things. There is so much going on, but my spirit team has also told me to be very careful, because AI is getting so good that most of the things you see online are not 100% truth. It is either part of a truth or it's not at all. Spirit actually showed me a video the other day, and it was really quite eye-opening, of a guy who was able to take his voice and transform it into different celebrities. And he just put their faces on the screen. But it was his voice in their actual body and how they sound. And you couldn't tell the difference. And that was just crazy to me. So Spirit gave me confirmation on what they had told me earlier. So I think awareness is going to be big for February. I think you really need to really go within, work on yourself, make sure that your spiritual practice is strong. If you're having trouble with that, I'm happy to help any way that I can. Reach out. I'm going to try to do some classes in person. Maybe some online. It just depends on how the energy goes. So I've actually slowed down a bit myself, really feeling into this energy and really just doing classes and bringing you information when I get it and when it feels right, instead of really pre-planning a lot, because the energy is moving so swiftly for me personally. I'm having to do it as soon as I feel it and I feel aligned with it, then I'm going to bring it to you. So I will try to do more videos, and if I have a class coming up, I will post it for you. It may only be a week or two notice, but make sure that you check my Mystik Soul Weaver Facebook page, and be sure that you've signed up for the my newsletter, my monthly newsletter. So we have so much going on. We have so many energies that are really just so strong. Just be very aware and be careful, and really work through these things for yourself before you put the drama out there, because the drama really, That's what they want us. They want us in the drama. They want our nervous system so out of sync that we can't think. They want this separation. And so what I really see when I look at the news is I see separation. I see separation from God. I see separation from source. And I see separation from each other. And we cannot heal hate with hate. Now, I do believe anger has its place because it can move you forward. It can give you energy and momentum and light a fire under your butt, if you will. But we have to take that anger and use it constructively. If not, it becomes hate. If not, it becomes shame, guilt, which is all a part of fear. So this is what I really see when I watch the news. I see fear, I see hate, but it's really because it comes down to one thing, it's separation. And I know you hear people say it all the time, but yes, we are all connected. And we really must get back to source, get back to not feeling separate and to loving each other, because I think that's the only way that any of this gets solved. So just know that you're going to see a lot come up. You're going to see a lot being revealed. And that will in turn cause you to really start to look at things in a different perspective. So I think that's going to be about it for now. Because there's so much going on, I will come back on and do some other videos towards the middle of February. But because there's so much energy and there's so many things going on, I don't want to go too far into it, okay? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a card reading. Ooh. I'm going to do a card reading for February. And this is going to be one big spread, one big card reading, and this is going to be for anyone who watches this, okay? So I'm not going to do separate ones. I'm only going to do one large one. So there'll be elements in here that fit for you and elements that don't. So take what fits and leave what doesn't, okay? So I want to do some little bit shorter videos because I know a lot of people don't have a lot of time, and sometimes they just try to listen real quick to get the feel. So this is what I'm going to do for the next, probably for the next 3 months. So I'm going to try to make these videos 30 minutes or less. Okay, so this card spread's going to be for whoever watches this. It's for the collective. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay. Now it's interesting, I just talked about source. I just talked about us feeling separate, and that's what causes fear, often causes disconnection. And the first, the last card that I drew was partnership. And normally I would say, oh, maybe this is about, you know, if I was doing a reading for someone, oh, you know, maybe this is between, you know, you and a loved one or a friend. But this really feels for me today that this is spirit. This is you in spirit. However whatever your faith is, whatever your religion is, this is you in spirit. This is you together as one. This is you being able to move through life, move through this frequency at a higher vibration. And this is you healing. This is you healing. There's so many things that we often stuff down that we go, oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. That doesn't bother me. I'm fine. But it really does. If you don't deal with it, it will stay there. So, healing. This is what the global energy feels like to me. This card is called Vexation. It feels like to me, it looks like a split. Now you could say it's a split in two timelines. It's a split in two frequencies. It could be, I know a lot of astrologers, a lot of people online say that it's the old world and the new world. It's however you see it. However you see it. There's a split happening. And so we have to realize that when this split happens, that we are the maker. We are the maker of not only our internal world, but our outer world. And this is where discernment comes into play. This is your intuition. This is your relationship with God, with Spirit, with Source. This is where this comes into play. We have a valley of annihilation. To me, this is where we are literally annihilating the things that don't work. So that's not just personally, that's not just in your life, it's in your community, it's in your state, it's in your global, it's everywhere, the world. So think of all the things that have been coming out lately on the world stage, whether it's money being taken and not used for the good that it was supposed to be, or it's maybe politicians lying, or whatever it is. Systems that are not working, any system that is not working is being annihilated right now. It's being pushed to the forefront. It's being shown all in all its light, in all its darkness, in all its colors. Annihilation. And what do? We feel dissatisfied. How did it get this bad? Why are we going through this? What is happening, right? This is what we feel. But there's multiplicity. There are things out there that are being reborn. There are things that are out there that are starting to come to light that will help us to fix these things. There are new technologies, there's new momentum, there's people that are coming back to God. They're coming back to source energy, and they're realizing that the valley of love is where we must be. And the ones who are going to usher that in is the feminine energy, the crone. We must have the feminine energy. We must have the empathy. We must have the compassion to move to a new, beautiful world of cooperation, of community, of communication, of kindness and love. This is where we need to be. And this is where the partnership comes in. So this is what you're going to be seeing for all of February. This is what you're going to be seeing probably for the rest of this year. I mean, obviously, like, none of this stuff gets fixed overnight, right? But just know that I do feel that we are moving to a better world. And also know that this, like I said, it's not going to happen overnight. It may take a long time. But I do believe that a lot of us are here to rebuild this. A lot of us are here to usher in that compassion, that feminine energy, that love, that kindness. And not just that. Feminine energy is strength. It is fire. It is a controlled burn. That is what I just got. Feminine energy is a controlled burn. Because we know in our hearts that certain things must be burned. But it has to be under control. Because if not, it's simply chaos. And that is what you're seeing moving about now. So I believe the year of the fire horse will be very much about precision. About that controlled burn. About doing things and moving in a way that is precise. It's, you may see people really pull back and they don't say a lot. They just watch. And they know exactly when to say something, how to say something, and where to say it. So don't think just because no one's saying anything that things aren't happening. It's the control burn. It is the feminine energy strength to have control over their emotions, over their reactions, and they know when to spit fire when it's needed. So this is what we're stepping into, and I'm really excited about it because I can feel that energy. I can feel that fire. I can feel that strength of that feminine warrior, badassery energy coming in to really go, no, we're not doing that. No. And I think it's fantastic. I'm super excited about it. I'm ready to light that fire, right? So, and this is, like I said, a controlled burn. It's going to be in a good way. So watch the things that you're watching. Be very careful. Make sure you're putting good foods in your body. Be sure that you are not watching political drama, a bunch of news that is just the same stuff over and over again. You can be informed without listening to everything. Make sure that what you are listening to is motivational. Make sure what you're listening to is uplifting. I do know that this is a technological age, and it's going to get even stronger. Technology's not going away, y'all. So it's getting stronger, and we need to learn how to live with it. And that is curating what you look at, curating your Facebook pages, not allowing certain things on your Facebook page, only allowing certain things in your home. I mean, even getting to a point where some of the movies and shows that you watch need to be good for your nervous system. Because for us to be moving into these new frequencies, for us to be able to embody these things, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to quiet the mind. So we need to find habits to quiet the mind. Whether it is Reiki, which is very much your Japanese, Buddhist, Shinto type culture, type spiritual practices. Whether it is you listening to guided meditations, you working with your team daily. You have to find a way to quiet your mind so that you can work with your team, work with God, work with source energy, because if not, you're not going to be able to have the discernment you need to move forward in this world. Discernment's going to be huge. Not everything needs your energy. Not everything needs your attention. Don't allow these things going on around the world. Do not allow people in your life to steal your energy. Because ultimately, it's your fault if you allow that, okay? So you're going to need to really find out where are you leaking your energy, because it's going to be very important that you use the energy and the fire that you have in a controlled way, in a precise way, in a beautiful, strong way, okay? So start making those changes now. Start making those habits work better for you. Start really allowing the good in your life, and be sure, Spirit got onto me the other day, be sure that you are taking the little small wins. Make sure that you look back, not on the things that went wrong, but you look back on all the things that went right. You look back on all the growth that you've had this past year. Don't forget about all the good. And yes, it is okay to pat yourself on the back. It is more than okay to get excited and reward yourself when little things come up that you changed the way you responded. You changed a habit. You changed, you stopped abandoning yourself and started putting yourself first. Take the wins. Take the small, beautiful, wonderful wins that Spirit gives you. Because we do have a lot that we're going to go through. We have a lot of energy that we're going to be moving through. But together, we can do this. We've got this. And as long as we continue to see each other in love and light, and as humans, as as soul energy, as everyone's trying to and do the best that they can, as long as we continue to see everyone with our hearts, we're going to be able to move through this energy at a faster rate than you could even possibly imagine. So make sure you're doing your spiritual practice. Make sure you're taking time for yourself. Make sure that you are quieting your mind. And be sure that you have a wonderful relationship with Source, with God, your team, with the angels. And we're going to get through this together. All right. So, like I said, I want to keep these videos a little bit shorter so that you can listen to them on the go. I will do some more videos at the end. Like I said, the classes that I'm going to do will be kind of spontaneous. So I will send out some emails or make sure that you listen to my video. If something's going to come up, I will put it out there. And I have some other things that are coming up too, but they haven't quite come to fruition yet. So I will be working on those, and we will see how they come up, okay? All right, that's all I'm going to do for today. Y'all have a wonderful February. Happy full moon, happy new moon, happy Aquarius solar eclipse and the new moon coming up. We have Mercury retrograde coming up 26th through March the 20th. This is a good thing, not a bad thing. So allow Mercury retrograde to work for you, not against you. And just make sure that you are communicating with people. Don't be surprised if people don't quite understand what you're talking about. Because the frequencies are kind of up and down right now, it's very possible that there's some things being missed. Also, Neptune moves into Aries, and this is going to start a completely new astrological cycle. So what you build now will hold your new dynamic for the next 9 to 14 years. This is huge. The transformations that you make now will and could be absolutely amazing. So, let me say it again. Neptune moves into Aries, starting an entirely new astrological cycle. What you build now will hold your new dynamic for the next 9 to 14 years. So you build the strong, you build the fire, you build that control burn, you build in the silence, the creativity, the precision. You build that into your life and watch your entire life change. Build in those new habits. Stick with your spiritual practice. Practice daily on anything and everything that brings you joy. So your Reiki, your spiritual practice, your time with the Bible, your time with God. Make sure that that is a non-negotiable. And if you start building within, you will see your outer world completely change. So, I'm going to leave you with that. All right, bye.